Hey guys, major congestion here. Just keeping my eyes on the road. Um, I know that things are gonna go change because I remember like a year ago, I was watching Forrest Gump quotes because someone had brought it up, and I found myself crying at work because I could relate to the movie so much. And then I just went down this whole rabbit hole of, because in my late 20s it was all about trying to heal my, but then this time around it was just accepting it all, because no matter how much hard work I put into healing myself so I can get rid of these limitations in certain areas, they never went away. But you know what, the strengths never went away as well. So I just focus on the positive. That's the difference between saying, oh, I'm disabled, and then saying I'm differently abled. But it's just about putting yourself in the position, doing what's best for you, so you know what's going to give you the best, what's going to help you put your best foot forward, you know. And I know it's to talk about it because the thing is, it's a wiring of the brain, so it's how we perceive the world, you know what I mean? But then yet again, we have different experiences. Someone that was born and raised in the Congo in Gaza that has autism is going to have a very different experience of life than to me, because there's a whole bunch of stuff that's out of our control, and all we can do is just take full control of what we can control. Where we can't control the actions or the decisions of those in power, like, you know, governments and stuff. We can't do that, but we can just do everything we can in our own lives. You know, some people, they can have, you know, some countries you could be a dishwasher and make more money than a person who's got a degree and has been working in their field for 10 years. Because your country's armies have been winning the wars, so you guys are getting the outcome of that. One thing I'll teach my kids is, you know, with sports and that, and stay loyal to your team, all this type of thing. But when it comes to finances, you know, when it comes to finances, and we live in that, just jump on board with the winning team. Just do that. Obviously, when it comes to your teams, and if you have a healthy family that accepts you for who you are, that doesn't mean you don't have issues. It just means they accept you for who you are and put in the same amount of effort as you do. Then you never change your mind when it comes to these things. So I was crying at work a year ago. This time around it was all about acceptance rather than trying to heal and work on myself. It was all about acceptance, unlike how it was in my late 20s. Mid to late 20s. Because I read books like Friendship, The Aspie Way. There was about 4 different books I read, and then I used to refer to them and look back to them and that was that's the one that sticks out the most, is Friendship, The Aspie Way, and other things like Social Cues. And I used to do meditations, and I went on 2 different 40-day fasts, both of which I was only allowed to have liquids. That proves my discipline. Like I said to them, like, I'm only going to have liquids, and obviously, since I'm not eating any food, one of those, alcohol is not going to be one of those liquids. You know, alcohol and coffee is not going to be one of those liquids. But I'm not eating anything. I'm just going to, I'm going to get deliverance and all this type of stuff. And I did that twice. Both times were for 40 days. And I saw a lot of benefits health-wise. Obviously, I lost a lot of strength and stuff. But I obviously lost a lot of weight too. But the autism didn't go away. Or the Asperger's is what I called it back then. And last year I went through that phase again, well, really within the past 2 years, but especially last year. That's why I had crying sessions at work. Just even deeper realizations, and this time around it was acceptance that this thing is not going away. And then I just went on all of positive things, all the strengths, because all the limitations never went away, but all the advantages I have never went away either. And what happened about 3 weeks ago was I was in the toilet because we walked past as part of my route. We've got to walk past Cotton on Thorndon Quay. Right now it's 4:52. Look at the congestion. We're pushing it, but it says that I'll be there at 4:58, but yeah. I hate being late. Yeah, I was in the toilet just by there, because you go up to these public toilets and it's a whole bunch of shops and there's 2 different toilets, so I just went in there to do my business, and I was coming out and I saw this thing in the mirror, and this is not the first time it's happened in my life, but I saw there was like a it was like what was useful is not useful anymore, but it was useful when it was needed to be said and needed to be done, because I was standing there and then I saw myself die. It's just like there was me, and then he died, and then there was me again. Me standing in the work uniform died, and then then there was me standing there still. But I didn't physically die. I just saw that in a vision. Because I looked up and I was like, oh yeah, and then it dropped dead, but at the same time I knew it wasn't physical because I didn't feel anything, and it's at the exact same time as it dropped dead, there was me again, but wearing the same uniform. So the old, what was needed to be done and what was of use is now obviously shed its skin. Still autistic though. But you guys can obviously see that on this journey over the past, I've been journeying since I was a teenager. But especially over the past 5 to 6 years, the bitterness has been,
GPS signal lost.
Bitterness and anger has been depreciating. I would deal with the stuff, then I'd have to deal with other stuff, then deal with this stuff, deal with other stuff, and then, because I always had boundaries, but at the same time I always wanted to trust people, so I just gave them the benefit of the doubt. Now it doesn't hurt when people screw me over, but that doesn't mean that I don't, I don't confront them about it, do something about it. So I was staring in the mirror. This is about 3 weeks ago, a month ago. Physically didn't feel myself die, but I saw myself die, but at the exact same time there was a new me. But it was like they were both there, just one died and the other one automatically appeared, and he looked the same but he didn't feel the same. So I think that's a testament of how far I've come.